Hello, everybody. I have not been the best YouTuber. Obviously, it is show day, and I have not filmed since we landed in Texas. Um, I was a nervous wreck all week. I was very low confident. I had very low confidence, and I just kind of wanted to be in the moment and not whip out my camera. So I hope that y'all understand that. Prejudging is over, and I have mixed emotions because it wasn't the outcome that I wanted, but I do think that it's the outcome that I deserved. Um, I hate to be this person, but my class was stacked. I was against two girls who look nationals ready, and it made me realize that I am nowhere near nationals ready. And I think I needed that. I think if I went to the national show that we had planned, it would have been something that would have violently humbled me, and I would rather just get moderately humbled right now. Um, so it looks like I'm placing between second and third. I think I have a shot at second, and I would love that very much, but um, that all depends on what the judges want. I don't have my watch on. I think it's about noon, so I have a couple hours to kill until finals. Our plan is to go through finals, obviously. We're going to go to dinner, get a treat or so, and then Ty and I are going to have a post-mortem and just kind of talk about our plan for the season, take the judges' feedback, and just get into this reverse and get ready for me to nail it. My number one goal is to nail this reverse. I don't want to lose control like I did my first season. And I need to remember I am 22. I'm young for this sport. My muscle maturity is, it's there, but it can be deeper. So right off stage, I looked at Ty and I was like, what should we do? Like, what's the plan? And I told him, I said, the girl I was against, that's not something I can pull off in 11 days, even if we did just try to do a quick national qualifier next weekend. I think that a couple months up to a year of an off season will get me to where nationals isn't a question mark and getting my pro card isn't a question mark, and that should be the number one goal. You want to be you want to be the best. And I think with everything that happened in my personal life, like my breakup, moving, all the other things that I went through in this prep, really screwed with my head. And I'm not as hungry, or this whole week I have been feeling not as hungry for nationals as I should be as a competitor. So I think that this outcome is what I needed to realize that it's just not my time yet, and it's okay. Bodybuilding will always be there. I'm not quitting. It's not the end. Um, nationals is very expensive, and I think that if I would have gone, I wouldn't have gotten even first call-outs. And I'm very proud. I don't want to diminish that. I'm very proud about how I look. The look difference between my first show and this show is night and day. There's no comparison. And what Ty and I brought is something I am genuinely proud of. I looked at those stage photos and was proud. And I still am. But I think it's time for me to set the reset button a little bit on my personal life, get to find myself a little bit more. And I think it's important for me to really lock in as a competitor. I think I have always been locked in, but this is going to be something that I really want to make happen. I'm sure Ty and I are going to make a game plan, but I think that I have the mass for it. I'm thinking of competing again in the spring, so it gives us a few months of off season and going into prep. And in spring, there's national show after national show, so it's not just like I would have to rush into it because North Americans is the last national show until December. So that would have been my only shot. So there's a lot of good, and there's a lot that I'm grateful for. I do know I made my mom proud today, and that was my number one goal. Aside from beating my last year's packet or my last season package, my number one goal was to make my mom proud, and I know I did that while she was up there. But yeah, so I am just waiting on getting back on stage for finals, seeing what I placed, and then we are going to nail this fucking reverse. We're going to nail it. I'm going to do everything in my power to stay in control and remember that it's not over. Just because I don't have an exact show in mind, it's not over. It's what I do now will dictate my prep. It will dictate how my body responds to things. It will do everything. So I'm here for it. I can't say I'm not disappointed in myself because I don't know what I could have done differently, but I'm sure there are some. I'm going to try to film a little bit today. It's probably more talking, so if you aren't really interested in more talking, then you can go ahead and click off. I won't be offended. I'll probably do an update after Ty and I have our conversation and after I get some judges' feedback, because that will be very valuable in this moment. But yeah, I'm going to kick my feet up, relax. I'm sorry I don't have a more formal show day for you. I just started making these videos 8 weeks ago. So I'm not the most comfortable with a camera around people quite yet. But my teammate looks like he's going to be qualifying and possibly winning the overall in his division, so I'm very pumped to see that. And I'm excited for him in that way, and I am happy have the capability to do this at all, because there are people in this world that won't ever be able to do it, and there's people that don't understand the love for this sport that a lot of people have, and I love this sport, every bit of it, even in the disappointing moments, even when it gets hard, I love it. So yeah, I think that's all I needed to yap about. I'm sorry if you guys are disappointed as well. Not necessarily in my performance, but the fact that you don't get a real show day video. I'm excited to eat some food, for sure. I'm excited to spend time outside of prep with people. I'm excited to train hard, eat well. I'm excited for all of that. And I'm most importantly excited to improve and know that next season is my season to do this. I mean, while we're at it, might as well do a little suit reveal. So this is my suit. She's just a black base with, this is probably, with some blue in it. I love it. And on stage, I'll put some photos here, if this is picking it up. I'll put some photos here from prejudging. I'll put some photos from finals, but yeah. I am excited. I love the overall look for today. Like I said, there's no part of me that thinks that today is a complete bust. The placing is what the judges wanted today, and that is not in my control. I don't control who shows up to these shows. And honestly, I'm glad I had some real competition, because if I would have wanted an easy national qualification, I would have done any other show around here, or not around here, around home. So the competition is what I needed, and if that means that I lose, it means that I lose. But yeah, so anyways, I keep talking.
Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Face front. .634 and .633, switch please. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Face front. Great job, ladies. Thank you. Next up, we'll see our well